All right, put yourself in this situation. You're a doctor. You're in a relationship with a social worker. The social worker spends a lot of time in this youth center, kind of a drop-in place for, urban young people. And there's a political organizer who's also spending a lot of time there doing some kind of social activism with a little bit of tinge of politics thrown in there, getting the young people organized because they're not really happy with the direction of society. You start to suspect that maybe your partner and this activist, this organizer guy, are having a little bit of an affair, and you're kind of concerned about maybe what the direction things are going in your relationship. So you head down to the social center one day to sort of confront the situation, see what's going on. Except at that moment, there's a bit of a kind of an unrest going on. The kids are getting a little political, a little rowdy. The police come in to cool things down, but of course they only heat things up. And you're in the wrong place, the wrong time. Suddenly a shot is fired. You've got a bullet in your head, and now you've got to recover from that because thankfully, at least, it's not a fatal injury. Pretty tough situation to be in, especially when you come to and you really don't have a lot of memory of what was going on right before this crisis. In fact, you're not even exactly sure of your identity. There's a lot of problems or a long road to recovery going on there. That's the situation in this film, directed by Reinhard Hauff, A Knife in the Head. This is a 1978 German film starring Bruno Ganz. If you don't know the name, he was definitely familiar from all those Hitler memes when he was in Downfall back in the early 2000s, I think it was. This is a film also made shortly after Wim Wenders' The American Friend. And of course, Bruno Ganz is also very famous for his role in Wings of Desire as the angel Damiel, hanging out in the skies over Berlin, watching the plight of humanity unfold beneath him. But back to the main feature here. A Knife in the Head is a recent release from Kino Lorber through Cohen Media, and it's a really excellent film. A very fascinating character study of a guy finding his way through the dilemma that I just laid out for you there. It does get into some of the political situation in Germany in the late 1970s. Maybe you've heard of the Baader-Meinhof gang and some of the unrest that was happening in that time. So you got a political context, but you've also just got a really interesting story of a guy coming back from traumatic brain injury, where he's being viewed by the police as a disruptor, as a malignant force that deserved the consequence of getting shot, whereas the leftists are setting him up to be a martyr and perhaps a victim for their own cause, when he doesn't necessarily feel affiliations with either the right or the left. He's just a guy trying to get back on track and salvage his life. So a really brilliant performance. This is a new release, like I say, from Kino Lorber. It's got some director features, interview with the director, interview with the producer, trailers. I haven't really even dug into all of that stuff yet, so I'm going to get into a little bit deeper into the film and maybe write up a proper review, post it over at the Zeke Film website, which is where I go with these Kino Lorber reviews, these gratis copies that they send me. Very happy with this release and definitely recommend it. I'll have more to say about it when I post the article. So for now, I'm just bringing it to your attention.